This video is going to have more to do with character, whereas the first one kind of dealt on ethics. We defined character in our first video as moral ethical qualities, qualities of honesty, courage, and integrity. Okay, now I want to get into those definitions a little more accurately. Dr. Mitch McCrinem listed out his traits for what he thought character, and these were on a continuum. How much do you have of each? The first one he was talking about was being honest. Do you cheat, steal? Are you reliable? Do you have the courage to do the right thing? Have you built a reputation? Are you loyal? Do you stand by your family, your friends, and your community? His second, respect. Do you treat others with respect? Do you follow the golden rule? The golden rule being, do unto others as you would have them do unto yourself. Are you tolerant? And you're accepting of differences. And that, in our community, couldn't be more important. Never in my life have I lived anywhere nearly as diverse as Barrow. Just in one hallway at Ilisavik are people working who have been born in 7 different nations. Okay? We think of the North Slope as being majority Inupiat, and that's true. But that minority there's many slivers, a rainbow of slivers, and so it's important that we're kind of accepting and an understanding of that they might not be exactly how we are. The one hallway at Ilisavik is sort of the perfect demonstration of that, but certainly it's true, I think, throughout. Somebody told me that in Barrow there were at least 23 different nationalities present, and that's not even counting the outlying villages. I know that in Akasuk, you have a number of people in the school district who were not born in the United States, and I'm sure it's true as well. That's the one that jumps immediately to mind. Okay. Responsibility. Do you do what you're supposed to do? Do you plan ahead? Fairness. Do you play by the rules? Do you take turns and share? Are you open-minded? Do you listen to others? Caring. Are you kind? Are you compassionate? Show care. Do you express gratitude? Citizenship. Do you make sure that your school and your family are better than you found them? Do you cooperate? Do you get involved in community affairs? Do you volunteer? Okay? Now, we're getting into why this is important. Okay? You as a manager, and if you're taking a culture and management class, one would assume that you're hoping to go that direction, are going to be seen as the figurehead, as the leader, as the example of your organization, or at least the division or project with which you're working on. So everything else is going to reflect on you. Okay? Leadership and morality. Morality being, in there with ethics and characters is how we live. We expect our leaders to set a moral example for us. Okay? Unlike artists, a leader who sets a poor example is hardly a leader. The leader of a country must uphold the moral standards of its citizens. What is the connection between leadership and integrity? Occupying a position of power over people means that everyone in that group can trust the leader. And that's what it comes down to is trust. Anybody who pays any attention to Washington, D.C. sees a lack of trust there and the dysfunction it's created, and how things could be so much better if there could be cooperation and working together, but there's not. And we can all sit here and we can identify who we think is most responsible, but what it comes down to is a pervasive, both parties, just many people involved, not setting an environment where they feel like they can trust others. Okay? Leadership and characters. Political leaders are often charismatic, socially skilled, and attractive. We like leaders with these traits, but having them does not make them good administrators. Okay? Everybody's watching, a lot of people are watching in the news John Edwards' trial right now. Definitely charismatic, definitely social skilled, and while I'm, not attracted to other guys, I've heard he's attractive. but boy, would we be in trouble if he was our administrator. I mean, the way that he led his life, the decisions he made, the information he withheld, the decisions he made, I think we'd be in trouble. I'll be honest. In 2004, I voted for the ticket that had him on him, but boy, am I glad that he did not go any further than he went, because, hearing the stuff that's coming out of this trial, we'd have been in trouble. Okay? We get the leaders we ask for by voting for more charismatic types. Then we expect them to turn off their natural characteristics and be good administrators. What we should be doing is putting people in power who already have those character and management skills. Okay? And that applies to our businesses as well. If we're in management, hopefully we're going to have be in a position to affect who's promoted, who's given greater responsibility. And yes, it's important that they have the technical qualifications, that they can do the job, that they have the skills, but it's also important that we think about whether they're the right person to be in that role. Right? Whether they're a leader. Is leadership a role? The question of leadership and character assumes that the leader is a role because it is the role that implies the responsibility. Roles like a mother or a father or a teacher or a captain, or even a lighthouse keeper or something, have certain responsibilities. But if a leadership isn't a role, try that again. But leadership isn't a role on which we act, but rather one where we impact, we influence others. Others both explicitly by what we tell them to do and implicitly by watching what we do, learn how they're expected to act. What are they expected to do? They take their marching orders from us who are in those positions of responsibility. Okay. Character is not part of the meaning of leadership. It is a demonstration of it. As you act as a leader, people will see your character, and so will you be judged. Okay. We need to find executives and managers who show leadership. We can't put someone in a position and expect them are going to magically have these powers. We need to look for people who have already shown it. Okay? Managers and the roles they occupy need to be of good character, because that's what will be spread through our organization. Okay? And none of us wants to work in an organization that is morally hollow, that is empty, that is just a bad character. Okay? Character builds influence. As people see that we have good character, the people that find what we do to be morally positive, that be the kind of what they want to be, we start to have a greater influence on people. People notice, and they want to be more like us. They tend to follow our lead if we're doing that. As I mentioned in the first video, I'm the lead teacher at school, and it's very clear when I go from school to school to school. Every school, at least in our district, very much reflects on the nature and the characteristics and leadership of the lead teacher, that they could become offshoots of that teacher themselves. Even though the people who may be working for them may not have started there, they certainly end up there. Okay? In order to propel a group of individuals to be united towards a particular goal or vision, a leader must be able to influence people. In today's society, it's not enough for people to be given a title in order to do it. They must be able to follow the person and trust the person who's to lead them towards that positive goal, growth, development, and change. Okay? They need to believe that he or she is someone worthy of being trusted, and that the individual must exhibit the integrity or confidence. If not, we may have short-term success, but it will be hard to maintain long-term success, because we won't be able to carry forward the vision. People won't see our vision, they won't follow it, and we won't retain the good people, the people won't want to work with us. We won't draw in, just through reputation alone, customers and high-quality employees. Okay? We need to be an organization of right character and right treatment. How we act towards others, how we lead, how we treat our customers, that's all going to reflect back on who we are. Okay? And remember, character leads to improvement. If the way that you are running your organization makes it clear that nothing is ever good enough and that we are process-oriented people who want to get better, everyone else will notice that. People will be drawn into vision and they'll improve too. Okay? Character is crucial among leaders in this world because it prevents them from being closed to the suggestions from both their employees and senior management. Having the right traits that make your character that somebody would want to follow allows you to take suggestions and comments with a grain of salt, apologize when necessary, and give the people who work for you in senior management value. Okay? It gains their trust and their confidence, and it minimizes the incidents and the resistance to the things that you want to do. So, sorry for going a little long this week, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to your comments. Hope you're having a great week. Bye.